A lot of my anxiety and negative thinking came from my unrealistic expectations of myself and my timeline, and feeling like I gave up on stuff too soon. Today, I'm going to talk about how to figure out which goals are the ones you should focus on and how to stay dedicated to them until they become reality. I'm Bridget Hart, coach, business consultant, and blossoming mystic. I hope that you enjoy the content I'm about to bring you today, and don't forget to subscribe down below, like the video, and leave me a comment because this is all about interacting with you. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about the 9th heart habit, which is endure. The mantra that goes with it is, I consistently implement realistic steps towards my vision. So when I started the process of developing what is now the heart habits, I encountered the statement, the verse that love always endures. And for me, that was nonsense. I had obviously, as I've told you before, a lot of people had cheated on me. Love did not endure for me in any situation. So I didn't know if that meant I had no idea what love was, or just if it was real love, then it had to last forever. Because the truth is, we're human and we get tired, and sometimes we should quit things that are not great for us. Sometimes we should quit people that are not great for us, even if we love them. In fact, especially if we love them, and especially if we love ourselves. So I like to use the story of the tortoise and the hare to illustrate this particular heart habit and how it works and what it takes for us to endure and to continue to make realistic steps towards our goals. The truth is, any of us can do it, even if it sometimes seems difficult. So if you watch the Disney cartoon, The Tortoise and the Hare, the original one, you will notice a couple of very interesting differences between the tortoise and the hare right from the very beginning. The biggest difference you're going to see is the difference between the need for external validation versus internal. The tortoise was able to embrace his weaknesses and wore a name tag that said slow but sure. But the hare was concerned with what everyone was going to see when he came by and named himself the Blue Streak. So this illustrates that the important point in learning how to endure is to focus in on knowing and loving yourself. That's the first thing. Understand who you are. What is your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What are your boundaries? You've got to start with loving you and understanding and knowing who you are. Heart habit number 1. And you have to know the race that you're running. You need to be clear about what your vision is, what your goals are. I've talked about this throughout the videos, ways to record, document, and get out of your brain the visions and hopes that you might have for your future. If you let yourself focus too much on the external validation and the circumstances around you, it's easier to wear out and get distracted on your way to the goal. The second part of how to endure is to pace yourself and stay focused. Remember, endurance doesn't have anything to do with how fast or how slow you reach a goal, right? If you're a sprinter, it should take this amount of time. If you're a marathon runner, it's a whole different amount of time. But it is about knowing what the goal is, staying laser focused on that goal, and pacing yourself in a way that you can realistically maintain. In fact, going too slow or too fast can actually destroy some of the work that you've done. There's gonna be times when you hit obstacles, things come in your way, circumstances change, and it feels like you've been totally knocked off track. But the key is to keep your eyes on the prize and get back on when you can. It's okay if you had to get off for a little while. Just refocus and start moving again. One tiny step at a time is fine. The third part about how to really endure is to remember to strategically use your strengths. This comes back to the first part about knowing yourself, but if you want to endure, then using your strengths will help you do it with the most efficiency possible. So now you know why I talk about knowing your strengths so often, because they really play into every other part of how to create success for yourself in your life. And if you want to be able to endure easily, then Choose projects, choose activities, choose work, choose a life path that's in alignment with being able to utilize your strengths most of the time. If you are feeling afraid frequently and really feeling unsure of what's to come, which let me tell you, that's personally the way my anxiety presented itself a lot of the time. If that's you, this is the habit for you to try to build on. Give yourself some realistic goals and push through until you can accomplish those goals and show yourself that you have what it takes. Because when you're living this habit consistently in every part of your life and you're putting realistic steps towards progress in every area, listen, everybody's going to see you as so powerful and inspired, right? They're going to be looking to you to teach them how to get where you've already got. And all you really had to do was put little steps in place and keep moving towards the goal. So you may have noticed that I have dropped a lot of references to the other 8 heart habits as I've been talking about this, the 9th heart habit. And that's because they build on one another. I have one more heart habit to talk to you about, and then I'm gonna share a video where I put the whole thing together for you and show you how the system works together so that you can use it for your life if you want to. In the meantime, if this video inspired any thoughts for you, please drop a comment below, leave me a like, subscribe to the channel, all those things, or visit me at thehearthabits.com. And I'll see you next week. I love you.